Okay, so we're going to run through the basic assembly of the MR25 now. So the first step, of course, is to remove the body. Very simple, you just pull it up on the front and remove it. It comes right off. So now depending on which kind of receiver system you're using, it's going to change the process a little bit. The easiest form right now is a Spectrum JR satellite receiver. That's this one. And this wire here is included with the MR25. So if you're using this one, then you're definitely going to need that wire to make the satellite work. Again, the MR25 is going to come with this wire, and it's going to plug it's going to plug straight into the satellite receiver. So all you got to do is plug this adapter right into the main board. Then apply the double-sided tape and just slide it right under the frame, and then you're done. Of course, then you might have to work with the binding in the app later, but for this part you're finished. So it's pretty easy. Next, we're going to show you the other options we have when setting up the receivers. So there's also a conventional style receiver. So when using conventional style, you need to use the adapters that go along with the actual receiver. There's going to be 3 different wires for that one. With that one, we would also have to remove the top frame as well. But what we're going to show you today is the sbus receiver, the Futaba or sbus receiver. And this one is just one wire, and it basically just plugs the receiver straight into the main board. But we're going to show you that step when we get there. Okay, so now we're going to remove the ribbon cable from the camera. And all you gotta do is pull on these little black tabs to unlock it, and then you just pull out the ribbon. So next there's gonna be 12 screws that we need to remove. And that's gonna get us to where we can connect the sbus receiver. Okay, so now that the screws are out, we just lift up the frame, lift it straight up, and that's going to allow us to disconnect the rear bus very easily. There's one ribbon that we're going to need to disconnect from the transmitter, and it's going to allow us to move it out of the way so we can get underneath there easier. We're going to apply the double-sided tape here to the receiver, and we're just going to mount that. Just gonna mount that straight onto the plate. Just put it right in the middle there. Yeah, just put it right in the middle there and plug the sbus wire to the main board. Okay, just make sure that there's going to be some distance between the video transmitter and the receiver. So now, after we connected the transmitter wire, we can use these little Velcro strips, which is going to make it very easy for us. And so you basically just stick them on the lower cover, and this is going to allow us to stick the antennas on there. That way they don't come out. After that, just line up the rear port to the power strip and just press it down. Then you just need to line up the holes for the screws. Mount it back up. Now here we want to make sure that the receiver does not touch any of the circuitry there underneath. So if you have a big receiver and it interferes with the IMU, you should probably look at getting a smaller receiver. Also, when you're putting in these screws, you generally want to put them in nice and easy first, and then later we're going to go back in and tighten them up. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is just put the camera ribbon back in. Just press on the clip and that's it. Now all we got to do is put the canopy back on. Just clip it in the back. See, it's got two little tabs. Hook it in the front. And that's it. And that concludes our general tutorial on how to add the receiver to our MR25. Hope you enjoyed it.